Hey, I'm Randy, and you're watching The Cheap Audio Man. Here at The Cheap Audio Man, we talk about high-value hi-fi, home theater, and headphone equipment. And today doesn't get much more high value than this. We're again going to talk about the WIIM Mini Streamer because it's got some updates. And I think if you've never checked this thing out, then you are missing out. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and let's talk about the best affordable streamer you can get today. Today's sponsor is the Sith Audio High Mass High Density Record Weight. What you do is you put this on top of the record when it's playing, and due to the nanotechnology that increases the cross-sectional diameter of lead, it makes this thing heavier, and then it holds the record down in a more audiophile manner. Sith Audio, audiophile, nanotechnology, high density, high mass record weight. You can also use it to hold down a WIIM Mini, because the WIIM Mini's pretty light. We'll talk about that later. Sith Audio, it's $3,000. So I was listening to this fine gem last night. Actually, this one's older brother, or different brother. Anyway, I have one of these downstairs, one of these upstairs. And there was a new update that blew me away. This product already blows me away anyway. With the new update, I was texting my patrons being, is this right? Does yours have this? I will get into that new update later, but I wanted to use this video to go over why I love the WIIM Mini Streamer, why I think it's the best budget streamer available, and why I think in certain ways, this $90 streamer that does AirPlay, Bluetooth, has its own streaming platform is better than streamers multiples its price. So let's talk about how easy the setup is. Full disclaimer, when I first did a WIIM Mini Streamer, I just bought it. I bought it off of Amazon. I saw a press release or something like that off John Darko's website, so I went and bought one, and then I did a review. And then they reached out to me and asked if they could sponsor the channel, which I said yes. So I've always liked this thing before they ever offered me any money to sponsor the channel. They also sponsored me last month. But this video is not sponsored. You can take that for what it's worth. I know sometimes if some people are sponsored by a certain brand, then giving a positive review on that product always has a little bit of skepticism behind it. The only good news is a whole bunch of people have bought these off of my recommendation. Just about everybody's had a great experience, to the point where they're selling more expensive streamers to keep these, because you can buy 5 of these for what it costs for 1 of the other one. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how easy it is to set this thing up. So last night, I did a factory restart on this one and tried to capture what the setup process is. I already had another one hooked up upstairs. So what I did was I closed the WIIM app, opened the WIIM app back up, and then, lo and behold, this thing just showed up and it says, do you want to connect to a WD, whatever this one is? So I clicked through there. Then the WIIM wants to share the Wi-Fi that your phone is hooked up to. And then if you click yes, it shares the Wi-Fi over. And then you're done. And then you're connected. Now you can go in there. There's going to be different settings that you want to change. Like I always run mine via digital SPDIF optical output. We'll get to that in a little bit. And then I changed it to the highest resolution, which is 24-bit 192 kilohertz for the bit and sample rate, which means you're getting everything that you could possibly get. And then I just went in there and logged into Tidal, Amazon. There's a ton of other ones if you like those other streaming services. And then I made sure that my network attached storage device was there. And it all is. This is one of the smoothest, most buggy-free software experiences for a streamer. It's really remarkable. What's even more remarkable is just how easy it is to set up. I thought the Amazon Link was the easiest streamer to set up until I get this thing. I was set up within minutes. Now it has to do an update. That update can take a couple of minutes sometimes, but after the update, this thing can be in your system playing music in less than 5 minutes. One of the second reasons why the WIIM Mini Streamer is the best budget music streamer available is it's cheap. This is normally $90. I think the retail price is $100, but is rarely selling at $100. Goes all the way down to $80 on certain sales. So for $90, one gets an AirPlay 2 device. Most AirPlay 2 devices cost more than $90 anyway. And it just does AirPlay 2. You get a Bluetooth device. You get a device that has a fully fleshed out, mature, well done music streaming platform. Music streaming platforms are things like Bluesound OS, Playfi, Hios, Up4Stream, and then there's a variety of other repackaged versions of the same thing. I will tell you this, when the WIIM initially came out, it was on par with what I feel was the best streaming platform at the time, which was Bluesound, which is in the Bluesound node streamers, also in the NAD products. So Bluesound OS, in my opinion, is one of the best streaming services out there and was better than the WIIM. I don't think so anymore. I think the WIIM is actually better than the Bluesound. We'll get into that later. You can also do Tidal Connect and Spotify Connect, which means you don't even have to get into the WIIM app on your phone. You can just pull up the Tidal app and then click Connect. I named this one Skywalker. You pull up Tidal, hit the speaker, and then you see Skywalker, and then you hit it, and then Bob's your uncle. Like that saying. And then you never even have to go into the WIIM app. But if you did have to go in the WIIM app, it's not that bad anyway. It's not quite as pretty as the other apps, but fundamentally, it all works the same. Dovetailing into that last one, for me, I have listened to a few streamers at this point, probably more streamers than most people have in the last year. And I will tell you that there's one thing that will make or break a streamer, regardless of how good it sounds, and that is the software. Software is far and away the most important aspect of a streaming service. I have had DLNA streamers in here. Some of them were so bad that the company didn't even want me to do the review. Didn't even ask me to do the review after a while. I've had Playfi products. I've had Hios products, which is basically Playfi products. Up4Stream, which is the Arylic version, the Andover Songbird, which is kind of a repackaged version of the Arylic, Volumio, RoPie. Trying to think if I missed any. But I've had, Link, so the Amazon Link, their platform. So I have had experience with multiple platforms across multiple devices. I've also had experience with the iFi Zen Stream. And I always go back to the same thing. The streamer that is the easiest to use for the most people is going to be the best streamer. Period. Yes, if you know how to use DLNA, or you're only using the iFi Zen Stream as a Tidal Connect or as a Rune endpoint, fine. Then it could be better. But as a whole, in totality, the easier a product's software is to use, the more often you will use that software. My argument has always been this. If product A sounds 25% better than product B, but product A is 75% harder to use than product B, then product B is going to give one more joy. So software is king. I think the WIIM Mini software is better now than Bluesound. Maybe not better than Sonos, but I haven't been in Sonos. But it is better than Bluesound now. And the reason why I say it's better than Bluesound is it's smoother, it's quicker. But more important than anything else, it's the update frequency. Someone over at WIIM cares about the software in this product. And that company is nimble because they are putting out a ton of updates. Since I've got my WIIM Mini Streamer in, there's probably been a half a dozen, maybe even 10 updates. The first few updates were high res out of the optical. It used to be 2448 out of the optical, then it's 24192. But then, even though you could have high res output, Tidal and Amazon were still only playing in 1644.1. Well, then that got fixed. Then Tidal and Amazon were playing high res. But when that happened, gapless playback was lost. Now a new update came in that not only gives us gapless playback back, kind of, on Tidal it does. Amazon is the tiniest of little pauses and clicks in between. But it gives you a 10-band EQ. 10-band EQ. Did I say it comes with a 10-band EQ? Okay, it's not just tone controls. for bass, mids, and highs. It's not just baked in EQ settings. It is a fully usable 10-band EQ. It does have presets, but as soon as one comes up, you can adjust it to what you want to do and then save it as a custom setting. I have never seen something like this in a $90 product. Frankly, if Blue Sound or some of the other streaming platforms would have something like this, they would charge at least a solid $100 above whatever their asking price was, or a multiple percentage above it, because nobody has anything like this. Now, what the Blue Sound Node has, and even the Amazon Link, is they have bass management. So obviously, this does not have any subwoofer out. The Link, Amazon Link has a subwoofer out. Blue Sound Node has a subwoofer out. And then you can do high-pass filtering to the front two speakers. I anticipate that sometime WIIM's going to come out with a more traditional box-sized product, and they may have some of that functionality. I don't know. I'm going to email them today. If you're not familiar with the WIIM, right there's the optical out. There's a 5-volt power supply via USB-C, which you can also always buy a low noise switching power supply from the likes of iFi. And then you have, what is that? That's the aux out, or the 3.5 millimeter RCA out to get it into your system. And then that's an aux in. So technically speaking, you can use this as a preamp. Now, I would never suggest using the aux out because it's not a good DAC. The DAC is about as good as one of those Echo device, like you talk into it. Because it has a 3.5 millimeter out. So you get 3.5 millimeter into a pair of powered speakers or your system or something. But the DAC is really, really bad. DAC in this is really, really bad. But at $90, you could buy something like the Skit Modi, Shelly Labs J2, Topping E50, a variety of low-cost DACs, and still come in significantly lower than something like a Blue Sound Node, and then you would have a better DAC than that. Now, you do lose some functionality though. No subwoofer, no high-pass filtering. And there are probably some other things in the Blue Sound that you're not getting here. But from a user standpoint, this thing, the WIIM Mini, actually beats the Blue Sound, I believe, in usability. This is not built well at all. It is so light that it will completely fall off the top of whatever you have it on. That's why a record weight on top. You can put whatever you'd like on top, but I use a record weight. It does have some touch controls on top that I'm not a big fan of touch controls that have no depression because they should be depressed. Poor touch controls. I don't like it. I never know if it's quite working or not. I don't like touch controls. Anyway, this is a thing that you put like behind something and you don't see it. Or you put some double-sided tape and you just tape it on the side of your stereo. Completely out of sight, out of mind. This is one of the best products as far as value goes that I have ever reviewed, used, made a video about. This is kind of like the new, way better version of, what was it, Google Audio or something like Chrome Audio. Like this is the better version of that in every single way. Now it's more expensive. It also has a software platform that's better than $500 streamers. It's truly remarkable. These things were on sale, I think, for $80. I think they're back up to $90, but even at $90, it's an absolute steal. For $90, you get a Skit Modi, and then for $210 all in, you have a great DAC, and you can do digital volume control out of this, so you still have volume control via your phone remotely. I can't speak of this thing highly enough. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon. We have a nice community there. Facebook group. We do Sunday night Zooms and also have a Discord server. If you got any value, please like this video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. There's a thanks button. If you found value, you can give me a couple of bucks. Buy me a cup of coffee. Don't feel compelled though. And then finally, these will be linked in the description. Those are affiliate links. You don't have to buy them, and if you do, it doesn't cost you any more, but I get a commission. And if you don't want to buy this, you can just click through the link and buy whatever you're going to buy. Tents, diapers, lawn darts, whatever you want. I'll link a few videos over here to check out. One of those videos is from our watch channel, so if you don't like watches, don't click on that one. Anyway, don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. Binge listen through your new WIIM mini streamer that gets updates every 3 seconds and fill your soul with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.